Hello everyone. Yesterday I took a trip to 3 different stores. First being Dollar Tree, Half Price Books, and also Bath and Body Works. And I actually put everything away and was not going to do a haul video, but I just decided to pull everything out because I think my lovely family here on YouTube would like to see what I purchased in my haul. So if you want to see the haul, just stay with me and we're about to get started. So first up, I'm gonna start off with Dollar Tree, and I have these nice placemats here. I purchased 4 of them, and they say Bon Appetit. I may have to lift you so you can actually see. They say Bon Appetit, and I did purchase 4 of them. I thought they were really nice. They are that hard vinyl type plastic, so I may have to put something on the back of them so that they don't slide, but they were cute and I couldn't pass these up. So up next I have this set of push pins. It's a 20-piece set and they're a velvet, a blue velvet. I thought they were really cute. I actually purchased them for my little pegboard, but most likely I'll get something different to use these, a different board to use these on, because my board has the elastic on it, and I kind of like the way I do put my stuff up, and I don't think I want to use the push pins in it. So when I made it home and had a better look at the board, I decided I won't use them in that board, but I will most likely get a small board that I can use these on. Up next, I have this cute little pineapple top pen, and I purchased this for vanity reasons only because I thought it was a cute pen. It writes pretty well, but like I said, I just purchased this one for vanity, and it was $1.25, as is everything I'm showing you today. Up next, I have these fine point felt tip pens, and they come as a pack of 2. They write very nice, and for $1.25 for 2 pens, that's extremely great because that's not even $1 per pen. So I purchased 2 packs of these and have 4 of these. There are the Optimus fine point pen in black felt tip ink. So lastly in my Dollar Tree haul is the Magna Tank journaling and company pen that I have recently fallen in love with. It is a rollerball gel pen, and when I say this pen is absolutely magnificent, this pen honestly checks all the boxes. I showed this pen in a recent haul, and this was the reason for me going back to Dollar Tree today. I was in hopes to purchase at least 3 more of these because the pen is just, for a Dollar Tree pen, it's unbelievably amazing the way it writes, the flow of the ink on the page, the fact that the pen is waterproof. you get so much ink inside of the barrel. This is the barrel of the pen in comparison to one of my Muji pens. And I normally speak extremely highly of my Muji pen, but it's a fair comparison. But you can see, even though the Muji pen, well, this ink, it has moved up since using it, because it started off, I want to say maybe down here. So, and the barrel of it is much wider. This ink is also waterproof, so it's like, it's a win-win as far as it goes. And I would show you a pen test. So this is my little pen test page here. And so this is my little pen test page here. And I'm almost out of space, but let's see. It's skipping a little because I'm writing on straight wood to paper. But if I was in my notebook, it wouldn't be doing that. And you can see it did not bleed at all. So this is the pen that I have been doing my planning with lately, and I have no problem with the pen bleeding. This is my more commonplace book, and I'm kind of doing a small essay here, I've just been having all kind of journaling joy with using this pen. It makes me feel like I can write for hours. So this is my Magna-Tank pen. Unfortunately, they only had this one pen at my local Dollar Tree, so I will most likely have to check a few other Dollar Tree stores that may be in the area to see if I can pick up a few. But I absolutely love this pen. So this was a look at my Dollar Tree haul, and now we will move on to the books. So first up with my half price book haul are these two plain black sketchbooks. I am not a spiral bound fan, so I actually saw these the last time I went to the bookstore, but I left them. And again, this was the reason I returned to the bookstore yesterday, because I just decided I could get them just to do like little random play around sketches. I really don't like spiral bound because sometimes it annoys me when there's bending to the spirals, and it will not let the pages flow like they should properly flow. Right now they're moving with ease. I'm not having any problems with them, and I think in order to alleviate the bending, I may just store them inside this, can I get it into the frame, inside of this binder. It's kind of, let's see, I'll just raise it up. So I have this binder case here, and I guess to alleviate the bending of the spirals, now I'm working with one hand. I'll just store them each in here because they fit perfectly inside of here. So I'll house them in here, and hopefully that will give me a little more ease of use in using them. But other than that, they are inside a nice sturdy cover, so I did like that part. They are toned paper. I also like that. And it does feel like it'll be some really nice paper to sketch on, because that's what I plan to use them for, as sketchbooks. And they were a reasonable price of $4.99. I figured it makes more sense to purchase them at such a reasonable price because sketchbooks are extremely costly, and even if I want to, 1 second, Milky's having a moment. I try my best not to put her out. Let's see if she'll stay calm. So, I was saying sketchbooks are extremely costly, and if I have the opportunity to get them at a reasonable price just to do practice work in, why not do so? So up next, I have this stunning sketchbook here. It's almost based off of like a Renaissance style. It is a leather fold sketchbook, and I'm skipping the most important part. So what caught my eye was the quote on the front. It says, "Promise me you'll always remember you're braver than you believe and stronger than you seem and smarter than you think," by A.A. Milne. So this was always my favorite quote from Winnie the Pooh to send to my son, to remind him of the strength that he possessed inside of himself. And when I saw that, it just made me think of my son and how I would always send him this quote. So I just had to pick this sketchbook up. And it is the paper quality in it is nice. I immediately jumped into this book on yesterday. I did some wine splashing in it, wrote a quote in it. I even have a sketch that I'm currently working on that I will be jumping back into shortly. But it is definitely handmade paper. And judging from the wine splashes, it will hold liquid pretty well, because the wine did not seep through to the other side of the page. This spot is only here because I had a protective sheet on this page here, and some of the wine actually dripped onto the other sheet, which it soaked in on this side. But as far as going through, I may be able to watercolor in this book and everything, because it does really, by holding this wine, and wine is extremely staining, by doing so well with the wine, I'm pretty sure it's going to do amazing with water media as well. So up next, I purchased Scarlet, by the sequel to Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell, because I do already own a copy of Gone with the Wind, and I showed in a previous video that I also purchased Gone with the Wind letters. So in combination of having all three. This will be a awesome reading experience because I have watched the movie Gone with the Wind several times, but I've never actually read any of the material. So this was a nice purchase, and it's a nice hardcover book, and I got it at the reduced price of $4. So up next, I have this book on the Revenge of Thomas Eakins. So I'm not familiar with this artist, and I'm pretty sure there are quite a lot of artists that I'm not familiar with, but I try to educate myself on even the ones that I'm not familiar with. And I did look up some of his art. None of it seemed familiar to me, so it must not be art that, I mean, he has some great art, but it must not be art that circulates very much, because I wasn't familiar with him at all. But I am interested in learning the background of the artist, so I purchased this book as well. So up next in my half-price book haul, I have Michelangelo, The Sistine Chapel, and I just love when I get my hands on amazing books on art. This one is a Norton Critical Studies in Art History, and I didn't know that Norton made such small study books. This was the first one I had seen, and I think there's more in the series, and I will definitely look into them. But this one focuses on the Sistine Chapel, which I absolutely love because I love the artwork of Michelangelo. And a fun fact about the Sistine Chapel is it was actually painted in opposite order, as it is the story of the Bible, but it was actually painted in opposite order of the books of the Bible that he painted. Sorry, I had to check on something with my daughter. That's why I got distracted. So the Sistine Chapel is actually based on 9 stories from Genesis, starting with the separation of the light from the dark and moving on to the Great Flood. So the chapel was actually painted in opposite order. He started painting it with the flood and finished it with the creation. So that's a fun fact to know about the chapel. And not being able to see it, I try to get as much see it in person. I try to get as much literature on it and watch as much footage on it as I possibly can. Maybe one day I will get to see it in person. So lastly, from my half-price book haul, I have here Michelangelo. It's just, the title of it is just Michelangelo, and it is giving great history on his work and on his background. And well, a fun fact about this book is I had just recently screenshot Pietro because this is a sketch that I wanted to do as a study. I wanted to do this master study sketch. I was so elated when I picked the book up and I saw that this was actually in this book, because before being a famous, hopefully she's okay now. I try to give her moments to play. So before Michelangelo was known as a famous painter, he was a sculptor, and actually he wanted to be remembered as a sculptor. And in his sculptures, the Pieta is actually the only sculpture he ever signed. And from my understanding, he even regrets signing it because he felt that it was vanity, showing vanity to sign his work. But I'm just happy that his work, even without his sculptures, even without his signature, carried on and are recognized as his to this day. But this is going to be a book that I am going to absolutely love reading. So my last stop of the day was to Bath and Body Works, and I went to Bath and Body Works with high anticipation of seeing and smelling the Bridgerton collection. So I only purchased one item from the collection so far, and it is this vanity mirror, very gorgeous mirror, and it is a traditional mirror where this actually flips. I haven't removed the plastic off of it yet, and it magnifies on this side, and it is just a regular mirror on the other side. So I did take some pictures of some of the stuff, some of the other accessories. I smelled some of the candles. I think it was like 2 of them that I wasn't too excited about, but there's one called, it's something diamond, the diamond, yeah, the which emulates the diamond from the season. I love that one. I think that was my favorite candle. I can't remember the name of all of the other fragrances, but when I do go back, that is the fragrance that I am going to choose. But there was so many other nice accessories, and like I say, I'll just attach some of the pictures at the end of the video because that was the only item I did purchase. So before leaving, guys, I would like to share with you that on Monday I did witness the total eclipse in person. I was in direct view of the total eclipse, and to see it in person, it was just absolutely breathtaking. It's a once in a lifetime experience, and I am so happy that I was able to be a part of it, every step of it. I did post a video of it up on my channel. If you haven't seen it, it is I want to say maybe like a 4-minute video, but to watch the day go into night the way it did for maybe about 2 minutes, the daytime turned to complete darkness, and the moon stood in front of the sun, and there was a gorgeous solar ring around the moon. It was as though for those brief 2 minutes the moon and the sun shared a dance. It was fascinating. So I do have a small video clip of it up on my channel. If you would like to check it out, please do so. So that is it for today's haul. I know it was a bit all over the place, from gnocchi here behind me to Slight interruption from my daughter, but that goes with the territory. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and this is the part where I shall bid you farewell. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.